how's it going? It's me, your host, Christopher the Rupel, joined this week with...
I'm only here because it's my nephew's birthday party, Sam.
And?
Is this my entire paycheck? Noelia.
And?
I'm the purple guy.
Ah!
And his name is Luis.
Ah!
You always forget to actually say your name.
What are you talking about? I'm purple guy.
Yeah, he's purple guy.
He's
purple guy.
Yeah, what are you talking about, purple guy?
Yeah, I'm
He's
here
purple.
to, just...
He's not the red
children.
man, he's purple guy.
I'm here to kill some children,
Yeah, he's here to murder.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, welcome to the podcast, Drunken Book Club.
Brandon just pops up like Foxy, just...
Alright, that would have been great. I'm sad he was too busy to join us.
Yeah.
But it was worth it because he's got to make that money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this week we read, the short story from Five Nights at Freddy's Fazbear Frights #1, Into the Pits. The short story, Into the Pit. If you've never read this short story book, it actually has 3 different stories in there. It has Into the Pit, To Be Beautiful, and Count the Ways. Mm-hmm. Now, you guys want to know how I decided on Into the Pit as the choice?
Yeah, why?
Well, To Be Beautiful sounded really bad because it's literally about a girl getting, turning beautiful, and I'm just like, ooh, this feels gross.
Yeah.
And then, Count the Ways is a Christmas story, so I don't want to do a Christmas story in October.
That makes sense.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's why I chose Into the Pit.
Thank you for choosing not to do what the entire rest of the world is doing and already pushing Christmas out here.
Dude, what, Home Depot, I was like, okay, it was like a week before. Last week. I went because I needed to go get some sandpaper and I was looking at all the Halloween decorations we usually put out.
Yeah.
And then that week after, I was like, oh, I need more sandpaper. So I went again, and immediately all the Halloween stuff is like one tiny little area, and all
Christmas
the Christmas
is over.
Just over a bunch. I'm like, dude, it's not even halfway
It's not
through.
even halfway through October.
It's like,
When you went. At this point, while we're recording,
Yeah.
it is 2/3.
Yeah.
Michael's is like, here's like a thing and a half of Halloween stuff and that, like a little tiny thing of it, and that's it.
Yeah.
And everything else is Christmas.
That's Joanne's now.
Yeah.
So sad.
Fucking, what was I looking at today that it was like a bunch of Christmas shit, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, what was it?
Don't deep throat your glasses.
I'm eating my glasses. How will my eyes get better if I don't eat the glass?
I'm glad we went to Home Goods that first week because there was so much Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
See, the thing is,
It's all gone.
I haven't left the house for this. It was something on one of the streaming services, and I'm like, what was showing Christmas shit instead of Halloween shit? And I was like really pissed off about it.
Oh.
I can't remember what it was.
I feel like Paramount, maybe?
No.
The Hallmark
Peacock?
channel. Just kidding.
Yes, no. I don't watch Hallmark. What do I look like? My mom? Oy vey, I'm my mother.
You could look like your mom.
I could.
Exactly.
I could. Even though I look more like my dad.
There you go.
My bird.
I can look up like my mom so easily.
You look like your mother.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I'm pretty sure it's just a clone. Yeah. Except with my dad's feet. Because I have the flat feet of my dad and his nose.
That's how she's trying to get out of the army. Flat-footed, am I right?
Oh my gosh.
I'm just too old to join the army now.
I'm just
I mean, I am too.
In the Navy.
Ah, shoot.
So let's get into the short story. What were your guys' first impressions of this? What did you think Into the Pit was about if you didn't already know before getting into this?
Okay, I can't say anything then.
So you already knew?
Legit, I thought it was going to just be, the direct storyline about, the animatronics and such.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it looked like it was supposed to
I mean, if you look at the cover, it literally has Bonnie, a yellow Bonnie, not
Mm-hmm.
a purple Bonnie, with bleeding oil in the eyes, poking their head out of a pit.
Yeah,
Ball
I
pit.
thought that was it.
Yeah, Sam?
The 2015 DashCon ball pit.
Classic.
I had to make the joke. I'm sorry. It's been
so good though.
stewing. Someone peed in the ball pit.
It's, filled with pee.
If I had to
That's
take a-
why it's Golden Bonnie.
Oh, no.
No.
Golden showers Bonnie.
See, all I could think of is that someone was peeing in the ball pit, and then they see Bonnie and they stop, and just, why did you stop? Keep going.
Sorry, it goes a little more like this.
No. Why?
Because it has to be more
someone's
electronic.
fetish. Someone is like, why didn't you draw this?
Oh, yeah.
Or is paying someone a stupid amount of money to draw it.
Hey, folks, if you draw it, I'll pay you. No. My first impression is, if I had to take a stab at what Into the Pit is about, I'm going to guess a kid starts playing in a ball pit at Freddy Fazbear's establishment, and inside the pit is some kind of creepy animatronic that ends up bringing them down to the bottom of the pit, where they sing and dance until he has to leave, but the animatronic won't let him leave, and he has to party till he dies. That's what I thought it was about. So yeah,
Honestly, it's a good
a good guess.
Good guess.
Good guess, yeah.
Good guess. GG.
GG.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, GG. Good guess. Alright, so here's the story, guys. As always, don't be afraid to interrupt with your notes, your jokes, your sound effects, and all that jazz.
Got it.
I didn't write the notes for this one. I believe this was off of the Wikipedia page. Actually, no, it was off of the Five Nights at Freddy's wiki page. Because I was too lazy to do my own notes.
Fair enough.
Fair, honestly. It's been a busy day, busy week.
Yep. Even though as well, so we're like 2 weeks behind on recording this. Oswald is a 10-year-old boy having a tough time adjusting to his new life.
Wah, wah.
3 years ago, a mill closed down in the town, causing businesses to shut down and many families to move away, including his best friend Ben. Ben, the two of us are inseparable. Oh wait, it's not a rat. His mother's job at the hospital is steady, and his grandma needs help sometimes. So his dad gets a part-time job at the snack space, which is such a weird place.
Also, I love the fact that when they say grandma needs help, sometimes it's so unspecific. Like,
yeah, it's like,
Grandma needs help.
it's
does
like,
she need to wipe her ass or what?
yeah, I'm like, are we talking like she might medically die, or is it like sometimes it's nice for her to not pay someone to go up on the roof and like chase the seagull away that's
I'm
nesting
guessing
in
it's
there?
that one, honestly.
It could be worse. She could have dementia for all I know.
I feel like they would have her live with them at that point.
Oh, that's true.
So she could laugh in the corner and be like, "Hello, Joe!"
Or actually, when we get to it, I'll point it out later. If
Okay.
it was something else. If Grandma is living with them.
Mm-hmm.
Today is the last day of school. School's out for summer.
Shout out to Alice Cooper, he's coming into town.
I want to go, but I don't want to support him because he's like very transphobic.
Who?
Alice Cooper.
Oh.
And it makes me really sad, but it's like, when am I going to get a chance to see him? You know?
True.
But at the same time, he's transphobic and gross.
Like, yeah.
You know, and
Honestly, I
Yeah.
think every celebrity is.
like old celebrity at least.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Keanu Reeves is the only safe one.
So
He's not as
far.
old as...
He's not as old as Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper's a boomer, so we can say okay boomer. Alice Cooper or Keanu Reeves, you're just like okay Gen Xer.
Yeah, he's a Gen Xer.
Gen X.
You're breathtaking. Anyways.
But yeah, it's last day of school, and he decides to draw. Lately, he's been drawing mechanical animals for some reason. I like that they dropped that in. He always
For
draws
some
mechanical
reason.
animals, and it has no fucking like detail to the plot besides it looks like the animals I draw.
It's Freddy
Yeah.
Fazbear's. Oh.
I like doing this. I'm so edgy and cool.
Yeah.
And also like the fucking pity party, because on one hand I get it. Like, so it talks about like one of the beginning of it of like how school's about to be out.
Yeah.
And like how they're all like, everyone can play with your electronics.
Mhm.
And he's stuck with not having anything. And I get that some kids that's very relatable because not everyone has like...
Oh, and then the teacher plays a movie that's like they're too old to watch. What do you think the movie is?
Little Shop of Horrors.
I
No.
feel like that's age appropriate.
If they were like, what, how old is he? 10?
Like, yeah, I guess 10.
6 to 11.
That's still like.
No, they're talking about like little kid movie.
They're talking like a Care Bears
Oh.
kind of shit.
Yeah,
like,
Sure.
And it's Care Bears, because that's what I watched.
I feel like it might be like Air Bud or something.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I
true.
could see Airbud.
Like kids
Like,
being like, ugh.
It's
Air
like
Bud.
90s, isn't it? In the
No, this is modern day because they're playing on their smartphones
Oh, that's
and
right.
shit.
They're playing stuff.
Yeah,
And-
so
Spy
God.
Kids with the thumb.
They're watching No Mobile, the fucking Disney movie that no one cares about.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
They're watching Monster Truck.
which monster trucks? Oh, why does that keep coming up?
It haunts Chris.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
guessing you
I'm
did
gonna-
not like it.
I'm gonna bring
I
it
don't
up
care
every
for it.
time.
You'll find a way. You'll find a way.
Like, I get that it sucks, but he's just, like, bitching and moaning the whole time. He's like, I don't have any good stuff. And I'm like,
Boy!
Sigh.
yeah, I'm like, Part of me is just because I'm old, and I'm the old lady back in my day.
Okay,
And
boomer.
sticks.
As others excitedly speak of their summer plans, Oswald imagines how boring and friendless his summer vacation will be.
I mean, his name is Oswald.
I don't know, Oswald Cobblepot over here.
Got weird hands, too.
He's or Oswald the Octopus.
Thank you.
Who's voiced by Fred Savage, if I'm not mistaken.
That's...
I think he was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up
pretty
just 'cause I
positive
want
he is. Alright, go right ahead. I'm pretty sure I'm 100% correct, and if I'm not, I'm gonna strike Weiss in the nuts. I better be right.
Sam, be correct, please.
You're like, lie if you have to.
Oswald's dad tells Oswald that he plans to take him to the library each morning and give him enough money so he can go to Jeff's Pizza for a slice and a soda before being picked up by his dad after work.
I feel like
Weiss, your nuts are safe.
I feel like the mail
Told
was. Okay, it was right.
Yeah.
See, I know this shit.
I feel like it's not the mail's fault that people are going out of business. It's just the naming of these places.
What's
Well,
wrong with
no,
Jeff's
it's kind
Pizza?
of that... Like,
Jeff's Pizza.
it's one of
I'd
those,
eat at
like...
Jeff's Pizza.
A lot of times factory towns, like smaller towns in, like, middle America, would have that happen of the town was built around, like, a mill or some kind of factory, and then once it closed down... Most of the jobs went out.
Oh no,
Yeah.
my company tokens are useless.
Yeah, basically. I was gonna say, that's what happened in Detroit when the whole auto collapse
That's
happened.
true. That is true.
Is there was a whole lot of lost jobs and a lot of people going, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Because even the people that weren't working at the factories were like selling food to them.
Who's gonna buy this shit?
Yeah, that makes
They
sense.
can't go to the bars if they don't have any money to buy beer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Oswald thinks Jeff's Pizza is weird, as it's run down and was clearly something bigger and better in the past. It has tons of unused space and electrical outlets. Painted over murals on the walls, a small stage no one performs on.
You know what it makes me think of?
Huh.
So I remember this one Mexican restaurant that bought out. It was a meme on the internet where it's the pandas,
Yeah,
and they just put the
they bought a
sombreros
Chinese
on the pandas. Yeah, and they just put sombreros on the pandas, and they're like,
I remember that.
good. Which honestly, that is beautiful. Like,
Honestly, it's Asian Americans welcome.
Yep. And a large rectangular ball pit surrounded by yellow netting that's roped off with a sign saying, "Do not use."
it's one Pete in here.
It's the Pete.
It's the pee. It's Jeff's pee pit.
You just see him on his break, just
Don't mind me. We don't actually have a bathroom.
no. He says bathrooms are for customers only. And then he just points to the pit.
Jeff seems to run the place by himself and constantly looks tired.
Aw.
Still, Oswald agrees to his dad's plan. A couple of weeks go by and the library begins to bore Oswald. Also, he's reading manga. What do you think he's reading there?
2000s.
This is modern time. This is modern time.
It's got to be Jujutsu Kaisen.
I was gonna think My Hero, honestly, because I think he said
Oh,
there's
that's
like a
true.
hero.
If he's a kid, well, he's 10. So yeah,
I mean,
My Hero might
Could
be.
always go with the classics like Full Metal Alchemist or
Yeah, because he's, you know,
'Cause there's a billion-
edgy and into
No.
Then again,
Naruto.
since if this
Yeah.
if this is an old town, maybe they do have older manga, and he's reading like Rurouni
my
Kenshin
gosh.
or Yu Yu Hakusho or something.
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. I barely found out recently that they made a sequel series to Inuyasha.
Yeah.
With the kids. I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah.
And I
I
have
have not
zero
seen it.
interest.
I haven't watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
have-
some people were really up in arms considering I think it's like Sesshomaru and someone else has a kid. And there's a huge age gap between them because like Aegis Demon and Barely Legal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a demon. I don't care.
I mean, it's
I
really
fuck
not
what I please.
it's really not the worst thing to come out of like some anime stuff regarding
It's the best thing I could come in.
Good
I'm
night,
so glad I can
everybody.
take a sip.
I'm glad I got you before the sip. So yeah, Oswald's bored. He gets a text from Ben, his friend who moved away, telling him that he's at Myrtle Beach. The next day, Oswald snaps at his dad, complaining about how repetitive his summer is. At Jeff's Pizza, Oswald decides to hide in the ball pit, forcing his dad to come inside to look for him. He takes his shoes off and submerges himself into the dusty red, blue, and green balls. But the dust makes him sneeze, and believing to have given away his spot, he emerges to loud sounds and flashing lights.
What was that?
That's the sound of an arcade in the 80s.
The cheerful sounds.
Oh, okay.
Reaganomics.
I'm just thinking of.
Hey! Back to the Future is better.
There you go.
Oswald sees shiny arcade cabinets and kids wearing vivid colors. He looks over at a small stage to see a trio of animatronics, a brown bear, a blue rabbit, and a bird girl. Bird girl.
I'm like, why don't they even give her a color? They're like, bird girl. And I'm like, I know it's Chico. Like,
It's
fucking
gotta be.
duh.
Well,
She has tits, bird girl. Hey,
I don't think she has tits. Does she have
birds
tits?
have
None.
breasts.
Chica does not have tits.
Ah.
It took you a
by
second.
technicality. Well, I think is because like they didn't want to confuse them between that and.
Is there another bird girl?
Well, they call the rabbit a yellow rabbit.
What?
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's like
If there's two animals of the same color, I confuse them. I am 5 years old.
yeah, I don't know. That's what my thing is. It's like don't repeat yellow
So
like
the
20,
adjective
20
is-
I don't know, Scott. Why did you repeat yellow then? Why did you do it?
Yeah.
Fuck your bigoted ass.
Oh yeah. By the way, I bought this original book before like the whole like everything came out,
Oh yeah.
and then I bought a second copy used. Because I was expecting you to be able to come over on a couple weeks ago, so I can be like, here you go, Weiss, you and Noelle read this.
Oh okay.
But I was like, now I got 2 copies of the same book. Gonna donate them so a kid can be like, I'm not scared by this.
Good.
Let's see here. They remind him of his drawings, but creepier somehow.
But creepier.
Oswald.
Because they were made in shitty Unity.
Oswald concludes that this is it Unity?
I think
No,
so.
that's great though.
Yeah.
I just want to make the joke of...
Yeah, exactly.
Oswald concludes that this is what Jeff's Pizza used to be, and he looks over at a wall to see murals and a name. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza!
Just going back to
Oh my
Unity,
gosh.
Brandon would have loved that joke. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Brandon, I hope you like that joke.
Hope you do.
Bitch. A kid named Chip bumps into him and introduces Oswald to his friend Mike. Passing someone in a yellow rabbit suit, after a few games of skee ball, Oswald returns to the ball pit and discovers that he can dive in and pop out in Jeff's Pizza.
You know what it gives me the vibes of the yellow rabbit suit?
Huh.
It's the Venture Brothers guy in the bear costume.
Yeah.
With like the
Get
blood,
that.
you're just like, where did he come from?
Yeah, no one
And
understands where
no
he
one
came from.
addresses it.
Yeah, they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
And then just, he leaves. And that's
I
it.
love HB and Dick.
You what?
I know it's Deke, but still, it's like a dick.
Dick.
His father texts him, revealing that no time has passed. The next day, Oswald returns to Freddy's, finding a calendar that tells him the date. 1985. Dun, 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 dun.
I was expecting like something else.
That's the only like time machine music I know is Back to the Future.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's not
dun.
really time travel. It's like multi-universal.
True.
Yeah, I
That's
see.
the closest I got.
It's
That's the alpha.
it's like a mixture of things with Doctor Who. It doesn't work. Also, it's British. No one likes British.
1985 Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana, there was U2.
That's a good pull. That's a good pull.
It is.
Like you think I'm angry, but no, that's a good pull. I'll give you that.
I was like, why does that year sound familiar? And then I was like,
19.
wait, I can use this.
You could!
I pull a calendar. 1982.
Sam gets 10,000 points for Gryffindor. Hufflepuff, my bad.
Clearly
Are we-
Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Are you Hufflepuff?
Oh, I don't know. I never did the sorting. Remember?
Good.
Good.
I did it way back in the
I'm a
day.
Ravenclaw.
I did it when everybody else was doing it because they were like,
Exactly.
yeah, might as
Hufflepuff,
well.
right?
Yeah, I'm Hufflepuff.
Ah.
Ravenclaw.
You're a social worker,
Wow.
like, it's a Hufflepuff
It makes
job.
sense.
I like movies. I work at the movie theater. I'm a Ravenclaw. I like books. I'm a Ravenclaw. I masturbate to hentai. I'm a Ravenclaw.
Okay.
I don't know, man. That sounds like a Hufflepuff thing.
No. Hufflepuffs
House solidarity.
masturbate to food.
You know what?
Say I'm not wrong. I'm a Ravenclaw.
I'm not wrong.
He passes the same yellow rabbit standing in a corner, but tries to ignore him. Ignore me!
I made the joke about Reaganomics, but I decided to look up, like, events in 1985. Reagan tax reform is literally, like, number 5 on there.
And what else
Fuck
happened?
you, Reagan.
Wait, no. Hold that list until we get to the question and notes section, please.
I'm pulling it up
okay.
so I can get a
Because
better...
I feel like that's a fun thing to say. Top 5 events of 1985.
You know, I want to look at some other stuff too. Continue.
Over his summer vacation, Oswald goes into the ball pit to play with Chip and Mike, doing his best to keep up with conversations relevant to 1985 and trying hard to not talk about anything from the future.
You guys are dead.
It's 85. They're kids. They'd be like middle-aged.
You have unfulfilling careers.
What is he gonna?
That's better.
He should have just been like, what's his name from Back to the Future? Just, not Biff. Biff, thank
Biff.
you.
Just pull out an almanac and just be like,
Yeah,
bet
sports
$100 on this.
Mm-hmm.
And please send to this address this amount of money. Thank you.
Buy all the Apple.
Buy all the Apple stock, just like Forrest Gump did. Be Forrests.
That's true.
Buy, Forrest, buy.
Reagan is a piece of shit.
Oh, yes, we all know that. Thank you very much, happy helper. One day he feels guilty for having them pay for everything, but when he stands up, tokens magically fill his pockets, which this does not get explained or fucking, like anything. It feels like such a weird, stupid moment.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Why though? Why
What?
does it feel like a stupid movie?
Because it just all of a sudden happens. Like,
It just
like,
all of a sudden happens, and there's no explanation for it or any, like, rhyme or reason.
There's
Yes.
no internal crisis either. It's just,
He's
this
just like,
is
I
my
feel bad
job.
about not, like, being able to pay for anything, and then bam, out of nowhere, he has tokens all of a sudden.
That is true.
He only had
If there was
enough-
at least, like, an explanation of, like, I gave them to you, little boy.
who do you think gave you the tokens?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then again, he went to Jeff's Pizza with enough for a pizza slice and a soda.
Inflation.
They would not take inflation into this. This is not that smart of a book. Also, it would be the same amount in his pocket as it would be
further.
today.
Well, yeah, but $12 for a pizza is different than what pizza costs.
No, he
back
only
then.
has $3.50, baby.
It's $3.50 for a slice.
And
Those by
and
Brooklyn rules.
and an orange soda. That's why I'm drinking an orange Cantaritos by Jarritos.
Ooh.
I'm drinking a White Claw.
Soda.
This is what every family member that has to go to a Chuck E. Cheese or fucking, like, Peter Piper
Yeah.
would probably drink nowadays.
That's our pairings. Good night, everybody. No. What are we even at? Scan complete. I scanned you earlier, bitch. Wow, 22 minutes. Where am I at? I lost my spot. Oh yeah, the next day, Oswald asks his dad about Freddy's, but his dad gets nervous.
Oh.
Oswald emerges only to hear screams. Wow, that feels like it just skipped everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So, okay,
hell?
he travels back in time, and then he emerges from the pit to hear screams. Children crying, cries for help, and running. He tries to find Chip and Mike, but comes across the yellow bunny, which leads him through a private door and down a long, dark corridor.
Do not follow a person in a suit that you don't know into a private area, kids.
Always follow the furry into the random room. It will end great.
Awesome.
Isn't that right, equestronauts? The rabbit beckons Oswald into a party room, and he enters out of curiosity, thinking he can't be harmed in a time before he was even born.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's like, yeah, I can't be harmed in a time I haven't existed. No. this is not how this works.
Kid was not old enough.
See, all I can think of is, like, then the dad just somewhere else being like, oh, my balls!
No. He just finds his. It's like what's it called? Bart's dead, and he just finds his son's skeleton in like modern day. He's like, why? He sees half a dozen dead kids. I like that this is one of the most scariest parts, and we're just laughing at
Well,
the
because it
storm.
just escalates so quickly, too. Like, it just goes from, like,
Oh yeah, it
a
goes
chill
from, like,
time to, like...
It goes from 0 to 100 in like 1 second.
Because I was, like, I was expecting more to happen,
Yeah, like
and then all of a sudden it's like, here's 6 dead kids!
yeah, in my notes it literally says that, which we'll get to the other. But yeah, he sees a half dozen kids lined up against the wall, each wearing party hats. Yay!
Yay.
Party.
Those didn't fall off during the murder?
They got him after the murder, thank you.
He put him back on.
Yeah, it's like, here you go, kid, here, happy birthday. Good morning. The yellow
Uncle
rabbit...
Grandpa secret episode.
No, Uncle Grandpa, no.
Oh, sorry, good morning. The yellow rabbit lunges for him, and Oswald runs to the ball pit just as the police arrive. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We're gonna let him keep going. It's okay. This is 80s police.
And it's a white kid.
Ooh. Well, no, they would save him. Because he's white.
Oh, yeah.
If he were a different color, they wouldn't. Back at Jeff's Pizza, social commentary 80s, and modern times. Back at Jeff's Pizza, Oswald's dad stomps over to him while an angry Jeff looks on. Oswald's pulled out, but when his dad leans over to examine the pit, a pair of yellow arms pulls him under. Ooh. After a cartoonish fight, the rabbit emerges from the ball pit and teleports behind Oswald. Like a fucking Naruto character.
Yeah, I was gonna say...
Yeah.
Oswald looks at
Just
Jeff.
cracks, snaps his neck at the end.
Yeah. Oswald looks at Jeff for help, but he acts normal. The rabbit...
Oh.
Yeah, the rabbit...
It's just...
Go ahead.
It's just Donnie Darko grew up. He changed his name and he's just like, fuck it.
Oh, don't worry. I bring this up later on.
Jeff is like, this is Tuesday, whatever.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. The rabbit drives Oswald home, and he tries to escape, but it teleports in front of him and drags him inside.
Oh my gosh.
Get back inside.
Yeah. Get back inside, you little fuck! His cat sees the robot and runs away in fear, hiding under Oswald's bed.
Finally, something smart.
Meow, 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 meow. Oswald frantically texts his mom for help, but when she gets home, she is confused and says everything's normal. Oswald goes to bed early.
Oh.
But when the yellow thing sits down to eat breakfast the next day, Oswald is horrified to learn that everyone sees it as his dad. Oswald goes to his first day of middle school, where he becomes friends with a girl named Gabrielle. She shows him a book she likes about Greek heroes, as they're super brave, and having only moved into town 3 days ago, she's nervous. At home, he decides to play along with the yellow thing. Phrasing!
Play with the yellow thing.
Yellow thing.
Hey, Doc. That night, Oswald plays with the yellow thing.
I'm starting to wonder which Greek heroes they're expecting. I'm thinking of like Iliad and freaking Prophecy. The
Odyssey?
The Odyssey, thank you.
Yeah, those are two. Yeah,
it's
two
the
stories.
only two things I can think of. Like, how
well, I was
is
thinking, like,
This is
that big?
clearly a reference to the rabbit in the hare. Or the tortoise in the hare. The classic Greek story. By Plato.
See, I was thinking like Hercules or some shit like that.
No, it's definitely about the heroes. I was thinking Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Fair enough.
he's fighting skeletons and shit.
Those are the only two that came to mind. I'm like, why is she reading that?
I mean, I read Greek shit in 6th grade.
I was gonna say, I read
scared.
mythology a lot as a
I
kid.
didn't get to read that stuff until high school.
Oh, I was so into it in like middle school and elementary school.
My,
school.
Since they're so young, maybe it's just a Disney book.
No, they're like like 6th grade, isn't it?
Yeah, 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 7th.
Yeah, like early middle school where
Like
you learn that you can say the fuck word, but you're not really brave enough to really say it. At
They
least
can
in front
say
of adults.
damn.
They
It's
can
not
say
the F word,
damn.
it's the damn.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
the one that they'll use for everything. They've learned of fuck, but they're not brave enough to say it.
That night, Oswald sneaks out and runs to Jeff's Pizza, ordering a soda to distract him. And orange soda as I drink.
Delicious.
How is it, by the way?
It's pretty good. You want to taste?
Sure.
It tastes like orange soda with a little bit of a hint of alcohol to it.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Not
you
as-
agree that it is a different flavor than like
Regular orange soda.
regular orange
Yeah.
soda?
It's not as good as the one I used to love. That was an hard orange soda I liked. But I don't think they sell them in Arizona anymore.
But not your father's?
No, they never made an orange soda. It was a different one. It was like Henry's Hard Soda.
There we go.
Actually, there's one note I wrote. I didn't write down, but I thought of when I was reading it.
You wrote it in your mind.
I wrote it in my mind, and it's coming up now. Is when it's like, oh, they're treating it like his dad, and I said, I'm gonna marry your father. Immediately.
Yeah, I had that idea as well. I'm not gonna lie. But to continue, Yeah, he orders a soda. He dives into the pit and finds his dad pale and unconscious, but breathing. Suddenly, he feels a presence behind him, and he's grabbed by a pair of furry yellow arms. It's not T-posing to be gross.
And it just...
No, it just does that.
Well, yeah, it does the cross, and it's still, like, melding together. Damn Unity.
Someone fucked up the rig.
Oswald breaks free, but the exit is blocked, so he headbutts the thing to knock it over. It recovers and pushes him against the wall, unchanging its jaw to reveal a double row of sharp fangs like every fucking Five Nights at Freddy's creature. It tries to bite Oswald's throat, but he quickly blocks with his arm.
Which makes no sense.
Using his other arm to break free, it's like this. He has his arm like that, like blocking. Like, if it can't open wide enough, it can't get in there, you know?
I thought it was like doing the whole, like, bite my arm so I can stab you.
No, I'm imagining he's like blocking it with his arm, like, so the head is like this, and then your arm is, vertical.
Yeah.
Virgins do it standing up. Vertical. That's how I remember. Thank you, Mr. Laura. That's how I remembered whores do it standing up. Alright. Virgins do it standing up. Whores do it lying down.
Oh my god, I never
Vertical, horizontal.
Wow.
Well, now he's not gonna forget. He does struggle with that.
I had the hardest time until Mr. Laura taught me that in high school.
Well,
oh man.
I do. I think, well, horizontal is always horizon, that's all I know.
I think
that's
whores do it lying down.
Vertical is it's just the opposite. I have nothing on vertical.
All I can think of is, like, isn't there, like, a Tony Hawk move called, like, a vert or something, and you have to do, like, get pretty good air for it?
No, you're going through a vert. It's a vert is the little...
But it's still, like...
Yeah, vert is literally... It's street invert.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Okay, continuing forward.
I was gonna say, I'm obviously not knowledgeable about...
She's not radical, dudes. She's a virgin. I'm a Chad.
But you do it I'm just kidding.
She does it vertically. I do it horizontally. Yeah.
It doesn't work. That's why we have... That's why I'm a virgin. We just...
We're like Barbie dolls.
Just...
Yeah, dude.
Just...
That's the sound of us having smecks. Totally tubular. All right. Thank God for Friday. Orgasm noise.
I only have 6 phrases.
I have more than 5 phrases.
This is one of them.
I have more than 5 phrases, dude.
Dude.
Okay, so yeah, it turns its attention to his dad, and Oswald uses the pit's netting to jump on the thing's back. It stumbles into the netting and ropes, getting tangled, then throws Oswald into the pit's soft floors. Aw, it's nice and soft for him. Despite his bleeding arm, Oswald is determined to be brave and save his dad, just like the Greek heroes, even though he never read any. He gets up and discovers that when the yellow thing was tangled, a rope tied to a metal rod at the top of the pit got looped around his neck. Oswald watches it struggle, its dead-eyed stare aimed directly at him until it stops moving.
And it, like, motions like it's choking, too. Like, it's like...
Yeah, so it's like it literally just got hung.
And he's just watching it die.
He blinks, and hanging from the rope is nothing more than a dirty, empty, yellow rabbit costume. His dad wakes up with no memory of what happened.
What happened?
Oswald tells him that he hit his head and passed out, and the wound on his arm came from pulling out of the ball pit. They go to leave...
All those sharp balls.
Very sharp balls.
Those 80s graphics.
Yo, I'm just gonna say it. Those 80s balls are probably really sharp if you break one.
Also those ridges sometimes, like...
Yeah.
They have those, like, sealed ridges, and some of them are not sanded down.
Yeah. Like, that shit would hurt. They go to leave, and Jeff calls out for Oswald to get his soda. And...
My goodness.
Alrighty, so do you guys have any extra notes for this one?
Just marry your father. That one.
Marry your father!
Yeah,
So the dumbest thing is at the beginning when they see a dead possum and they're like, the town is deader than this possum, and I'm like, possum.
Yeah, it does reference that.
Who's your favorite possum?
Fun fact, blackest movie Disney's ever made.
Yes.
But, okay, so here's some random pop culture references from this book. Chris, drop some 80s music right here. Alright, let's go. Redbox, Clue, YouTube, Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Frogger, Q*bert, Galaga, Skee-Ball, Cinderella, Back to the Future, Wizard of Oz, E.T., Netflix, PlayStation, and Alice in Wonderland. Alrighty, guys. No, keep that music going, Chris, because guess what? It's time for fake random pop culture references that this book comes up with.
That's hilarious.
Blue box mac and cheese. I wonder what that's supposed to be. Noelle, can you guess what blue box mac and cheese is supposed to be?
Supposed to be blue?
Yeah, what's a blue box of mac and cheese?
The blue box, honey. Just focus on that.
You mean like Blockbuster? What?
No, mac and cheese, mac and cheese.
Yeah, I was thinking of the concept like blue, yellow, it's in a box, Blockbusters! Blockbuster! What are you trying to say?
Kraft
dinner?
Kraft
Honey, we
macaroni
have
and
like
cheese.
20 of the boxes at home.
Kraft dinner.
The mac and cheese boxes.
Yeah,
They're
blue box of mac and cheese. Yeah.
I thought this was some sort of like macaroni with blue dye.
No.
No, it just said blue box.
Zendrelix versus Mecha Zendrelix. Sam, what's Zendrelix?
Probably Godzilla.
Probably. Snack Space. Magazines with exotic animals. Ooh.
Someone didn't buy their zoo books.
Yep. Blue elf-like creatures.
Smurfs.
Yep, there we go. Orange cartoon cat.
Garfield.
It's Heathcliff.
I knew you were gonna say that as soon as I said Garfield. You're gonna be like,
I thought the same thing.
Hear me out here. 1985, the Heathcliff cartoon predated Garfield and Friends. So, I mean, no, Garfield's obviously the real choice, but hey, I like bringing up Heathcliff. The most unbelievable thing about this is that his dad brought home food that had expired from his job. Halfway through, and nothing scary has happened yet. They reveal the date as 1985, and a kid says this place has all the newest games, but the games listed are from 1982 and before.
Thank you.
We can also assume it takes place after June, because a kid is wearing a Back to the Future shirt, and that movie came out in early June of 85.
So my one argument to that
Yes.
is that if it is like a mill town, I'm guessing it's probably like Midwest or something,
Yeah.
and like it's some town that's like a flyover state kind of vibe, that it's like this is the newest for the area.
I don't believe that personally, because like when it came to arcade games, especially in that time, the newest one would always be up front and ready to go.
True.
Like, this is this is a sign of the times and me knowing stuff based on arcades and shit.
I'm surprised no one fucking Googled anything and was like,
Well, I
here at the top.
I think they went with ones that people know. Can we pull up 1985 arcade games, if you don't mind?
I put that's everything I did except for that one. I was thinking of living that one. I
Pull that up,
did
but
movies
wait.
and music.
I've got movies and music here.
Okay, so just pull up arcade games, 1985, and we'll get to that in just a
I
second.
was gonna put popular arcade games.
Alright, there you go. 2/3 of the way through, and something spooky is finally happening. Too bad it's as spooky as a bad creepypasta. The struggle would have been cartoonish if it hadn't been so terrifying. Yeah, book, nice try. The school bus was a big yellow thing he could handle. Phrasing.
So, by the way,
Yes.
this book has a problem of show don't tell.
Oh, it definitely has.
Because there are times where it's like, he's sad about this, and I'm like, tell me what that looks like.
Literally, my next note is, this story doesn't know how to show and not tell. So, alright, Sam, since you probably have the notes already, what are the top 5 news events of 1985?
So they don't have a particular order.
Okay, but what would you say is the biggest ones?
Gorbachev becomes Soviet Union leader.
Gorbachev with the nice sickle and hammer birthmark.
Reagan is a fucking piece of shit with his tax reform.
I'm Ronald Reagan, and I'm a piece of shit.
The U.S. becomes a debtor nation.
What was that?
Becomes a debtor nation, like goes into debt. Thanks
USA!
to his shit tax reforms. Fuck off, Reagan.
Woo!
He also took office that year as well.
Second time.
Second time. So,
Woo!
some stuff is Super Bowl San Francisco 49ers won.
Yeah, I don't care about the 49ers.
I do, but not anymore.
LA
Well, I
Lakers won the NBA.
Who?
LA Lakers.
Hey, good on. You know what's the funniest thing? Were they LA Lakers or were they Michigan Lakers at that point?
Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh shit. Okay,
Oh, wow.
because fun fact, they were originally the Michigan Lakers, and that makes way more sense when you think about it, because Michigan and lakes.
Land of a Thousand Lakes.
Yeah, Lakers. And now you think LA Lakers. Huh, is it Law Lake?
So, and then there's some... Do you want to hear some top television shows?
Sure.
The Cosby Show.
Yeah. Okay, here's the biggest thing I saw recently, actually, on a Twitter post. Isn't it sad that, like, one of the most important things of, like, black entertainment is the Cosby Show, and now it's ruined because of the piece of shit Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I won't lie, I loved the Cosby Show when I was growing up.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into the later.
We're not going to get into it.
Yeah, but you know, art, and then the person. It's hard to.
When he's dead,
yeah,
I will
shit.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I was going to say there's...
You know what? That's true.
When they die, I'm more than welcome to enjoying it. It's kind of like Michael Jackson. He's dead, but the money that's going to, you know, his kids and shit, I'm okay with. Or whoever owns his music now.
I'm waiting for someone to die, but it might be a while.
Think his family, yeah.
That ain't gonna happen anytime soon. They're immortal.
I hope not.
Immortan Joe.
Oh no.
Were there other shows?
No.
Just the Cosby Show.
Oh, no, there are other shows. Sorry, Murder, She Wrote.
Hey! I
Family
love that.
Ties.
Woo!
60 Minutes is number 4.
Yeah, 60 Minutes too.
Cheers.
Ooh, I liked that one.
Golden Girls is number 8.
Hey, that's a good
Hey,
show
I
right
never
there.
watched it.
And Miami Vice.
Alright, Weiss, what are some top arcade games?
So top arcade games, Super Mario Bros.
Okay, so the one where you're literally... Wait, no, Super Mario Bros. Would be... That would be
That would be the
NES,
one when
technically.
you're. Yeah, no, that would be. It was an arcade game.
It would be Mario Bros. If it were the
Yeah,
other one,
that's
not
it.
Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. And then,
I just did a Nintendo... We just did the Mario Bros. Quizzer. You should know this by now, Weiss.
Gauntlet.
I love Gauntlet.
Yeah, Gauntlet is my favorite. Ghosts and Goblins.
Fucking classic. The hardest
Gradius.
shit.
Hang On, which is that motorcycle one where you had to move the thing up and down. And that honestly, that was like the coolest thing. Space Harrier?
Oh, I love Space Harrier. It's a
What
classic
is that?
Sega game.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that the one?
It is in Yakuza.
It's Yakuza 0.
Yes, it is in Yakuza. It's in multiple Yakuza games.
Oh, okay.
So, shut the fuck up. It's in Yakuza Ishin, where he's a samurai.
There's somehow just an arcade machine of Space
Yeah,
Harrier.
there's this Club Sega there for some
And
reason.
no one questions it.
Let's see, Tetris
Classic.
Oh,
and the
good.
Way of the Exploding Fists.
That just sounds amazing.
I want to play that.
I have no idea about
Let's do a Let's Play.
Oh, and a Karate Champ. Yeah.
The game is shitty.
That's
It's like
in there,
one
though.
of the first fighting games, and it's really bad.
Oh, and Paperboy. Paperboy as well.
Yay, Paperboy. Classic Midway.
Yeah.
So, some popular movies.
Yes.
Back to the Future.
Obviously.
Beverly Hills Cop.
I have the soundtrack on vinyl.
Fletch.
I like Fletch. It's bad, but I like it.
The Goonies.
I love the
I would
Goonies.
say the Goonies should be there.
Hey, you guys.
Police Academy 2.
Eh.
National Lampoon's European Vacation.
Yet again, you're naming just 2 sequels that stink.
Yeah, and then there's Rambo First Blood Part 2. It's a lot of sequels.
I like First Blood Part 2, but I'm just going to say European Vacation, not as good as the other ones.
But yeah, the top ones, yeah.
Yeah. All right, random question time. Guys, how did you get into the Five Nights at Freddy series, if you were even interested in the Five Nights at Freddy series?
I was bored at work.
I watched Markiplier.
I was too scared
Hello,
to
I'm
actually
Markiplier.
I watched Markiplier also, and then Matt Pat just blew the whole thing
Oh, man.
over, and then
I hated
kinda-
Markiplier's playthrough.
I stuck with it just because, but I never played the games.
I played them very, very little bit. I actually have the first one on my Kindle, funnily enough. And I played, the first 4 games because it was on Xbox, it was on Game Pass for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're alright games. They're nothing special. I've never beat them because they're kind of just boring.
I feel like if we played them in the moment, it would have been more, fun to play, but now that we're ahead of it and we know what's going on, it's like, eh.
I think one of my biggest problems is that, Scott Cawthorn does not have anything original about it. He literally took everything from what everyone was saying, and was like, yeah, this is canon now. I totally said that was what it was.
That's my problem, is he very much did instead of actually putting it into the game and making it, like, a thoughtful experience, it's, I'm just gonna put shit and then claim the most clever idea that somebody else came up with was mine.
Yeah. That's one of my biggest problems with it.
And it's also just jump scare the game.
Yeah. Which, I mean, isn't scary.
I mean,
I get
when this thing came out, I
not.
hated it. I was so scared of it. Oh,
it's annoying. That's the problem with it.
Like, I know I would be, like, tense, and it would scare me just because I would get into that, like, I don't blink part of the... Because if I get into really intense stuff, I won't blink, and then it hurts.
Freaking, what's it called? The Slender Man was way more scary than those games, honestly.
That one was more annoying, because Slender Man was just like, oh...
Yeah.
It's just Damon in the fucking forest.
Yeah.
Being like, where the fuck at, guys? Guys, don't leave.
I'm quiet, but I make a squeal.
Man.
I'm trying to think of...
But yeah.
That's about it,
Yeah.
I think I played the game before Markiplier did, or at least I saw the Markiplier, and then I was like, oh, so that's what it's about. Because we played it for Talking with Burritos Gaming, we were like, I think Adam was like, hey, this is a new big game, we should play it, and I was like, alright, I won't look it up, and then I looked it up, and I was like, that looks lame. Okay, I'm gonna play it and see how it is. And then, I don't think JJ ever released the videos.
I could not look straight at that video game for years.
I remember the YouTube compilation of putting, like, Foxy when he does the, like, pop-in thing of, like, different random things that he put in. Like, people put in different stuff. One of the things was, like, a TF2 spy thing.
Oh, that's funny.
Alright, at what age were you allowed to stay home alone? Because this book does have a kid who does get to stay... He does not get to stay home alone, sadly. But, do you remember the age when you were able to stay home alone?
6th grade. So, like, 12?
It would have been...
Yeah, 11, 12.
3rd grade.
I don't think I was ever home alone. I was always home... If anything, I was in home alone with, like, my cousin. Like, so
you always had somebody watching you, at least.
No, like, we were the same age.
Gotcha.
So it was like...
I would consider that home alone.
Yeah.
You did not have a parent watching
Yeah.
that.
There's no adults.
Yeah.
There's no babysitter.
Because every time I would go to his house, his family would all leave because they were older than us.
Yeah.
And then his mom and dad would go out and do things. And then it was just me and him just playing video games all night.
When it came down to it, my brother went to middle school when I was in 2nd grade. So I would have been like 7, I think, at that point. And I got home before him, so I would be home alone during that little bit of time before his school bus dropped him off.
My sense of chronological time is really wonky, so I don't even remember how old I was.
Never home alone.
I just remember 6th grade because like, from kindergarten till 5th, I had an after-school program I'd go to.
In 2nd grade, I actually went to the same one as you for a very limited time, and I was like, I don't know anybody here, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I always had family living with us, so it was like there was no, like, actual being home alone.
Yeah.
And in 6th grade, my parents are like, 1, there's no after-school program we can really put you in.
Yeah.
And 2, you're old enough, it's fine. You're not gonna, like, die. Yeah. I did find a dead squirrel once that the dogs brought in.
Nice.
And it was like a gray squirrel.
Wow. Alright, ever been to a restaurant/business that used to be one thing and now is another?
Like what?
Like how in Freddy Fazbear's it's no longer Freddy Fazbear's, it's just pizza.
There's plenty of those here.
Yeah.
There is a Japanese restaurant that did used to be, I think it was an Italian or something.
Yeah.
And they did...
And all the Italians now have squinted eyes and chopsticks. And rice caps.
I'm not sure which... No, it had... They literally, like, repainted mountains on, like, the screen... On, like, the walls.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's now the right color for Japan, so it's fine.
There's a place that used to be known as Gordo's, which was a Mexican... Like it was a buffet-style Mexican place that was really bomb. It is now a dentist's office.
Aww.
Which is really depressing.
That You Like Buffet is now...
You Like Buffet?
Is now a law firm.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's like...
There's also another You Like Buffet that's closer by
that's
us.
The estate sale.
That is an estate sale place.
I think that's the one I'm talking about. It's not a law firm.
Yeah, it's an estate sale place, yeah. Because there's more than one you like buffet.
My dad's
Was.
tax preparation office used to be a Taco Bell.
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've seen so many Pizza Huts that are like tax places that are like Pizza Huts.
There's
that's
so many.
true.
Another one that's like that is Tasty Freezes.
Yeah.
When Tasty Freeze used to be a thing, and then it became like fucking like tax places.
God, Tasty Freeze.
that's
Fucking name
right.
something I totally forgot about.
I just remember because there was one like right by on 22nd and Craycroft,
Yeah.
and then it became like a cash advance place.
Oh, there's that EG's that used to be Wintersitzel right there, but near the Holy Hope Graveyard.
Okay.
Yeah, I always used to go there a lot. It
There's a
used to
place.
be a Pizza Hut, and then it turned into a Wienerschnitzel, and now it's an EG's.
There used to be this place that was a Sonic, and I think it's now like I can't remember
the car
what it is.
dealership.
It's a car dealership, and it's a Sonic. You know, it's
You
a
can
Sonic
still see the
festival.
Sonic like awning shit.
I like that.
Another one that my dad pointed out.
Yeah.
At least it used to be a spa. I don't know what it is, but it was a spa. Before that, it was a taxidermy place.
Oh.
And he's like concerned.
All right.
Well,
All right. Next question.
If this means anything, if this counts, my tribe is making a casino out of the old Century Park.
That
Theater.
is true. They are making a casino out of an old theater, which I think perfectly fits because it's a very large building with a lot of open space.
We have a lot of mixed feelings because, like, in that
Yeah.
area, there's a lot of homeless campers.
There is
And so
because
that
it's right
area is
next
gonna
to
be, like-
a train yard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like right next to them, and we're gonna have a lot of like people either getting in fights or getting like homeless getting like yelled at from like old not older people but like
I mean,
drunk
it will be
gambling
old
people.
as
So
well.
like
You guys
Let's admit it, it's
old.
old white people. It's gonna be like a 65-year-old man with his 30-year-old wife
3-year-old
with his
boy.
car that is definitely compensating for something.
I know.
no,
I know.
no,
I don't have
Trey.
any say in the tribe,
I'm-
but just hire plenty of outside security.
But back
Oh,
to
yeah, no.
Sam's comment, now I'm thinking of Sashomaru and Rin just walking by and he's arguing
Fighting
at
with a
drunk
homeless
people.
dude.
Yeah.
All
the
right.
homeless people, yeah.
Okay, guys, thoughts and stories on ball pits or inside play areas.
I think I've said mine like over and over on
What is? I want to hear it again.
the one where me and my cousin were at Chuck E. Cheese for my brother's birthday party.
Mhm.
And that was me, my cousin, and then my other cousin who was older, who was old enough to drive. So she took us and took my little brother. He was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Um,
How old were you at this time? 12?
I was like maybe 9 or 8.
9 or 8? Okay.
My brother was younger then. He was like probably like 4. Anyways,
Yeah, you were-
we had gone through. We were big, but we were like, yeah, let's go to the ball pits and shit. So we're going through the
The little maze.
mazes, whatever
the
they're called,
play
the
area.
tubes, the tubes.
yeah,
Oh,
the play
yeah.
area.
And my cousin had just bought the liquid stink bombs.
Oh,
no!
It fell out of his pocket because he was wearing
Yeah,
like
you have not
basketball.
told this story.
Yeah, it fell out of his pocket and
Oh.
broke.
Oh,
And like the
no.
entirety of that ball pit and the tubes are all like worse than fart. Like it was just
It's
bad.
stink bombs. Stink bombs
Yeah.
always stink, especially those
And-
liquid ones.
And like we ran out of there because like we gotta go, and we grabbed my little brother out of the ball pit, and he's like, "Come on, it's time to eat." We got because the pizza just came, thank God. And
We're like, run.
we're eating, we're sitting there eating, and we hear a bunch of kids like crying and screaming like for their moms to get out of the damn tubes. So like we legit created like a horror scene.
Like, just imagine the poor
horror.
employee who, you know,
Has
hey
to
Bob,
clean
you're
that
gonna
shit.
have to go up there and look for the dookie.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure they thought someone like took a
Shit,
crap.
yeah,
in
yeah.
the play.
You're allowed to
area.
swear. We're like, what's it? We're almost an hour
Can you
in.
imagine,
swear.
like, cautiously looking around, like, carefully crawling through a tube, trying
Hoping
not to
you
put
don't.
your hand in
And
it?
and what me and my cousin are just eating like, don't say shit, don't say anything.
Did you even tell any adult?
No, nobody. To this day, nobody knows except for people on the podcast.
See, all I can think of is the guy that had to walk through the tunnels, is, like listening to it, is like that motherfucker.
Like I wonder to
That
this
little
day
shit.
if my cousin remembers this because that is a core memory for me.
Oh, man.
So,
Mhm.
do you have a
Oh,
story?
no.
or-
I was gonna ask you guys, did you guys go on the helicopter ride in Chuck E. Cheese?
No, I always wanted
My
to.
mom was always like, "It's
That
4
thing's
tokens. You're
long.
not going on that.
Oh.
It's too many tokens for what you get." And I'm like, "Damn it."
That is one thing I do miss. Anyways, go ahead.
So, I don't have a personal ball pit, but I can give context to the DashCon thing if you want.
I would hope you don't have a personal ball pit, Sam.
Get the ball pit, Chris.
No.
We're going to do that for a birthday one of these days.
So, 2015, Tumblr was like, what if we made our own convention for us? And...
Yeah, DashCon.
Yeah, DashCon. I'm explaining the ball pit and why it became a meme.
Is it Rainbow Dash? Is that why?
No, it's because the dashboard. To
Oh.
avoid legal stuff with Tumblr, because Tumblr was not affiliated with it. It was just a bunch
Yeah, it
of
was
people.
unaffiliated, yeah.
And basically, the ball pit was supposed to be a big feature, and it's just this shitty, like, kiddie pool.
It's literally, a kiddie pool filled with balls.
Like, it's something that I've seen ferrets go absolutely bananas in.
Yeah.
Like, if you were a ferret, this is the
great.
best thing. But for adults, it's pathetic. So it became a meme. And then it got even better when they said, oh, Welcome to Night Vale was supposed to show. And
Yeah.
they didn't pay Welcome to Night Vale, and they're like, we're not doing anything if you're not going to pay us. And they also promised Steam-Powered Giraffe,
Yeah.
who didn't even say they were going. Because they had another thing.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And they were like, oh, you know how you spent like an extra $30 on us? You can get an extra hour in the ball pit that has no regulation of who can spend however long. So it became the meme of Meet Me in the Pit. And it was just a fucking shitty ball pit in a convention room.
I don't have any memories of the of like any ball pit personally, but play places, I have two memories. One was when me, Joe, yes, Joe from the podcast, and our friend Peter, after we watched the movie Mummy Returns, we were like pretending to play, like we were like, oh, we're gonna play the mummy, and the little tiny like pygmy mummies were chasing after us.
Yeah.
And we were pretending to play like that in the McDonald's play place near my house that I used to live in, and that was a lot of fun. And then like this kid cried when we said he was a pygmy. Well, we called him a little mummy, and he was like, I'm not a little mummy. And then there was this time when my nephew, who we took to I think we took him to the, the McDonald's play place after me and my brother took him to the zoo. Mm-hmm. He played with this little kid, and like he had blood on him, and we're like, "Are you bleeding?" He's like,
my goodness.
"He was not bleeding. It was the kid he was playing with who was bleeding." And we're like, "No, we need to take you to the bathroom and fucking wash off everything."
Yeah.
Exactly.
How did that happen?
I think the kid like hit his head or something.
And
my
He
goodness.
probably didn't notice because he was
Like he probably like hit his lip and was like,
Oh,
touching
yeah.
everything.
And also face blood runs a lot. Like it's
Yeah.
just, there's
Yeah.
always just a lot of blood, even if it's not.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Gross.
A big deal.
Sorry, honey.
No, it's okay.
All right, final question. Any opinions on animatronics? Like just like kind of like play place animatronics.
Sam, you want to go first? 'Cause I have
So, they have a very, I was going to say, play place animatronics are always more creepy to me.
Yeah.
Because Disney has some really high quality, cool ones.
Yeah.
But these are usually not
I want to
Disney.
marry your dad.
They're usually not Disney budget. They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
And also usually maintained
See,
by
this is why
like
I'm sad we don't have Brandon, because Brandon can bring up fucking, what's it called? The one that I always forget the name of.
the dinosaur from Peter Piper Pizza or
What? No, that was never an animatronic. That was a guy in a suit.
Okay.
Showtime Pizza?
Yeah, Showtime Pizza.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love Showtime Pizza.
But it's always a little creepier because it's not maintained well and they kind of have that like jerky motion.
Yeah.
So it seems kind of almost like a zombie and that like reanimated,
Yeah.
not natural movement. It's that uncanny valley.
Yeah.
However,
No, they move normal.
when they're not
They
doing
move normal, Sam. What are you talking about?
so, on the other hand, Chris knows how to make me laugh by watching animatronics breaking down.
Dude.
Like the Mr. Potato Head at Disneyland when he removes his ear and just like
And
drops it.
Hey, it was mic drop, but it was ear drop.
Yeah.
I wanted that so bad to happen while we were there.
And then
I can't stand Midway Mania though.
I know. Oh,
But-
yeah, the
Yeah.
dizziness.
Yeah, I just don't like the 3D stuff.
Oh, okay.
But then, so yeah, I do love animatronics breaking down because I think it's hilarious because
Yeah.
it's always funny.
Then it
Or
makes
the
my
Donald-
jerk off hand hurt a lot.
Also, the Donald in Disney World at the Three Caballeros. One time when he like,
Just starts.
well, and then one time he broke down and like they even I think put like flowers around him to try to cover it, but it looked like he died.
Yeah.
Like sometimes how they cover it up is more funny than like
Plan
the
B,
malfunction.
Plan B, flowers.
I don't know. I never found like pizza place animatronics to be that creepy, and like I mean, I went to not Peter Piper. Peter Piper didn't have those animatronics. It was only Chuck E. Cheese, so I didn't really go to Chuck E. Cheese that often.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I never found them too bad. But like even as an adult, I was like, these are working perfectly fine. Like I don't know, I just never seen them jerky and creepy.
I remember them being jerky. We never we never were able to get like the seats or the tables next to like the animatronics. So we'd always get, if we did like a party with family at Trick or Treats, we always had like the ones like out there.
Yeah.
So I would always watch them from afar. And from afar it's not that bad, but like I remember as a kid watching the one who's in a window.
Yeah.
I remember it was either the chef or somebody that's...
No, Chef was part of the band.
Yeah, it was one of them that was in a window, and it was constantly just...
That's been
like,
gone for 30 years, Weiss.
Yeah, that never existed.
It's just a ghost.
Don't fucking tell me.
That's just a dude jerking off to y'all.
I swear, it was a smaller
Pieces of my
animatronic.
fetish.
Like, it was a smaller animatronic, like just...
I was gonna say, I don't remember, but that doesn't
I'm
mean
pretty
anything.
sure the pizza chef was like the drummer or some shit.
I don't remember. It was a smaller animatronic. I just... Unless I'm messing with myself. But...
I think you're
remember the
messing with yourself because I don't think I remember
Chuck E.
anything.
Cheese. The dog? Do you guys remember the dog?
I remember the dog.
He was part of the band.
Yeah. I never found...
Yeah, it was Chucky, the bird, the dog, the purple guy, and the chef, right?
Yeah.
There's a purple guy?
Yeah,
there's
with
a
the really
purple
sharp
guy.
teeth. He was like, nah, 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 nah. He looked like
my
Grimace, but like a rapist.
Oh my...
The
Oh my
greatest.
god, I
The
think I
greatest.
know what you're talking about.
The serial
I don't
rape.
remember.
Yeah, he had like the yellow hair.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay,
You
yeah.
have Grimace at home.
Wish.com Grimace.
That was the Grimace that actually drank the shake, and that's what happened to him.
I don't think I was creeped out by animatronics until people like pointed it out.
I've never been creeped out.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like animatronics are the new clowns.
Yeah.
Of like, everyone's like, oh my god, they're so scary, and it's like,
They're really
bitch,
not
calm
nice.
down.
Are you scared because mainstream scared, or are you actually scared? Like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel about clowns. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
not
not
scared
scary.
of clowns.
I thought they were kind of ugly and kind of like...
I mean, I was
boring.
creeped out by the original It when I was a kid, but
Yes.
like, I was never afraid of clowns, though.
Yeah, exactly. Clowns themselves, I always thought they were fun.
Yeah.
But like the creepy clowns, it's like, of course they're creepy. They're gonna creep you out.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I've never encountered a regular
animatronics,
clown.
I always saw them as like cool.
They're
like,
fun.
Even like the old Disney ones, like those ones like are bad. But
did I ever tell you like the most out-of-pocket thing regarding a clown that was like, it is creepy, real life, but it just was such a weird thing my friend told me?
Well, you just brought it up, so go right ahead.
So, basically, like, we were talking about, like, Barnum and Bailey's Circus, and it was like, oh, the clowns are fun, and then, like, one of my friends was like, my mom was molested by a clown at the
my
circus.
God.
That did not feel like it was necessary, but damn.
Yeah, well, and that's what I thought as a kid, too. I was like,
No.
why did you need to tell me this?
I think
Why?
another thing that I think Brandon would have brought up is the guy on TikTok or on YouTube. He redid the Showtime animatronics to do like modern songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the guy that does a lot of the Bass Mouse fishing thing, where they're all timed to Alexa music.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, it's just on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Same thing with Furbies.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Alrighty. That's the final question. Pairings. Do you have anything to pair with this story, guys?
Oh, I had a pairing. Hold on.
The DuckTales episode where Webby literally hides in a ball pit to attack people.
Okay, there you go. If you can name the episode, I'll let you have it.
Pull it up.
Alright, I'll go ahead. No, go ahead.
It was a Goosebumps thing.
Oh!
Cuckoo Clock of Doom.
No, it's the
it
babysitter, the
because
were-rat
time
babysitter.
travel.
What? Okay, I guess, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's not the same story.
Yeah.
But it's the same concept.
Kinda. I mean,
Time travel.
he does it on accident more than like...
Exactly. This kid does it on accident too.
No, he does it on purpose after a while.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you Cuckoo Clock of Doom.
I'm gonna say the Goosebumps one, that's the one where they go into the ball pit and you die.
Which one
that
is that?
Isn't that the rat babysitter one? Where they have...
Oh, the Attack of the BC Babysitters. There
Yeah.
is the Ball Pit of Doom, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Give yourself goosebumps. We did an episode of that a couple years.
I don't remember the movie. It was... Do you guys remember a movie where it's a clown that when you put on the mask, you can't take it off and you have to eat people?
What?
No
What?
cannibalistic clowns?
Day Trip of Doom.
Yeah, they
Is
did a
the
whole
DuckTales.
thing where
Okay.
the clown was up in the tubes and stuff, and like the children were trying to escape and slide down the slide, but everything that came down the slide was just like liquid red stuff.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Whoa, I'm gonna look it up.
You look it up while I
can't
talk
believe
about
you
some of my,
guys Never...
Look it up at your own discretion, honey, because like that sounds scary.
It was weirdly artistic. Like at the end, the clown guy commits suicide by like shooting himself, and it comes out rainbow.
This sounds like a random
It's
YouTube
very
video.
Yo, look at it. If you
This is a
find
Matt
it,
Pat video.
if you find it, that kudos to you because I have no idea what you're
Yeah, I
talking
don't know
about.
what the fuck you're talking
See, all I
about.
can think of is when Matt Pat had his kid, and it looked like he was the one that had the baby. Like he was the one like holding it, like he had the fucking baby,
Yeah.
and everyone was like Matt Pat.
Alright,
Stop.
so my pairings are Last Night in Soho. So hear me out here. Both are stories about characters experiencing decades they don't live through, and both have a haunting experience within that decade.
Okay.
Okay.
To bring up an obvious one, Alice in Wonderland. A child gets lost in a place they're unaware of and follows a rabbit to something they regret seeing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's pretty good.
Don't give me that shit. They literally say it in the book.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you didn't read it. You listened.
I listened to it, yes, at work.
And you
it was
don't listen very well.
It was 50-50.
What'd you say?
It was like 80-20. Because I was like at work while listening part of it.
And as Sam put, Donnie Darko both have time travel and both have a creepy bunny in their story.
True.
The Sims, the social bunny. The social bunny literally comes if your social thing is low and is just a piece of shit.
I'm going to pair Animal Crossing, Easter Bunny.
Zipper, that fucking nightmare bunny.
He's a nightmare bunny. He has a zipper. He's a guy in a suit, I swear.
And my final pairing is Tarzan. Both enemies in these stories end up hanging themselves by accident and dying a horrific death in kids' media.
What,
I had that thought
In
too.
Tarzan,
Yeah.
I had that thought. I was
Thank
like, oh.
Noelia, have you found your nightmare that you just came up and said it was actual media, but it was actually your true nightmare?
Guys, did I make this up?
May, I think you just made this up.
Did I? No.
I think you made
it's
this up.
No.
I think you're mixing stuff
No.
with other things.
Because there's like the haunted mask in there.
Yeah.
And then there's like some other stuff of like eating people.
Yeah.
And then a clown shooting its head sounds like a gif I've seen.
It sounds like the TF2 thing with the fucking flare gun where pyro shoots somebody, but then it goes like pyro vision.
And it's
And
rainbows.
it's like, yeah, it's like rainbows and like confetti and shit. And everyone's like, what the fuck?
I need
Do
to
you
dream
believe
this?
in magic?
Oh, it's
yeah.
just called Clown.
That's
That's great.
Did you find it?
I think.
The pairing is clown.
Is this Clussy?
Oh.
Alrighty, what are your ratings and reviews, guys, for Into the Pit?
For a book that, like,
Story.
our first story, it's very mediocre. Like, we've read some really good short stories, both of kid variety and of adult.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't do a good job of show, don't tell. All they do is just tell everything and how you're supposed to feel.
Sam, kids are stupid. They need to be told.
Bitch, Goosebumps does a better job.
And
No, Goosebumps is stupid.
It's done a better job. Like, it's
It
set
does,
better
yeah.
scenes.
yeah. that's
And
true.
the other thing is also, it goes from 0 to 100. It feels very much this was pumped out because Five Nights at Freddy's is popular and we want to make money off of it, so we're making books.
You apologize to Ellie Cooper and Scott Cawthon.
I'm not apologizing to Scott Cawthorn.
It's Cawthon, actually.
Cawthon.
We should apologize to Scott Cawthorn because that's not his name.
For some guy that is totally unrelated to
We're
this.
sorry.
Just like
So sorry to
like-
him, but not Scott Cawthon.
There you go.
That fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
And also one of the things that I was kind of disappointed in is I was hoping for like a twist ending thing. Maybe it's just because I was spoiled on Goosebumps, but like
There was a twist ending. It went, you forgot your orange soda. Bitch.
like I was hoping for something.
Yeah, I could
So-
get that.
I give it 2 dads in a bunny suit driving their kid home out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Let's see. I felt like the only twist there that was kind of like, was like, oh, it's your dad, but
It's not.
also your buddy. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I didn't see that coming, but
I was
What about
expecting
you?
like then it to be like then all of a sudden
Like,
the
there
dad
would
was
be
there
no
being
dad.
hung.
It'd be no dad, it's just Bunny.
yeah,
Yeah.
something
There is no
Or
son.
even like dad like Jeff going, "Oh, hey Chip,"
as
being
far,
the dad's name.
As far as I know, since this is the first book, it had its happy ending. And after all this, all the books had more gruesome endings.
I know the second one has a gruesome ending.
Yeah.
I don't know about the third one.
But
Santa Claus isn't real.
It just says that, like, it has nothing to do with the plot. It just says that at the end.
Hold up, let me look real quick while we says
it was entertaining to hear since I didn't read it. I didn't have time.
And Santa Claus isn't real. God damn! Ellie Cooper, Scott Cawthon, bravo for giving it to kids how they deserve it. Raw.
But putting this to like this is truly a kid's book. Goosebumps are kids' books also, but at least R.L. Stine put some thought into some of the books when I was a kid because it made me feel different. That's why I feel like this is for kids.
It made you feel different because he was like white people.
It made me, you know what I mean? It made me,
I know.
It made me think. Like it made me happy to watch.
It made you feel something.
It made me feel something.
Okay.
And I think this is what it does for kids these ages because like Fatty Fazbear is like the biggest fad.
Yeah.
Of their generation. Yeah.
I don't even think so. Because, it's just kind of... It feels like popcorn. And which is fine. Like, if you want to read something just because it's...
Fucking Goosebumps is popcorn. Don't say it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's popcorn of a different age.
Yeah.
It's pure entertainment's sake. Yeah, there's good Goosebumps books out there.
Yeah.
And, like, I won't say that any of the Five Nights at Freddy's are good in any general, and it is pure popcorn entertainment.
Yeah.
But saying Goosebumps isn't popcorn is a lie to ourselves.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, like, it's more specifically on, like, Freddy's. It's, like, Goosebumps, you can at least sometimes feel stuff. Like, we've talked about how the environment actually felt good.
Yeah.
Some of them.
A haunted mask.
No, also you even said in the fucking vampire breath.
Yeah, I mean, it has some good moments, but then I also would say it was complete garbage.
But
like I'm trying not to defend this overly because I mean I'll give my review, my literally almost half-page review by the way, as you can see on my phone.
I also give it like 2 stars.
Okay.
Out of Mission.
Freddy's asshole.
2 Mission stars.
Wait, 2 nights out of 5.
There you go, 2 nights out of 5.
This felt like mediocre fan fiction / creepypasta. For a novella length, it could have been shortened down to a short story length and given us the same amount of scares a lot sooner and a lot better.
Yeah.
Oswald is alright as a protagonist. A bit on the bland side, but he's clearly supposed to be an average kid that the reader can put themselves in.
The Bella Swan of...
Yes, he is the Katniss of it all.
Thank you.
I gotta burp. Come on, burp. Burp, Debbie, burp. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Lisa.
How did you do that?
You're welcome.
That was the equivalent of the Mr. Bean thing of him sitting next to a person who's all wrapped up in a wheelchair and he's like doing these things with his legs, uncrossing them.
Yeah, I totally pulled a Mr. Beans. But where did I leave off? The story, while alright, doesn't really do anything interesting with its premise. The time travel aspect could have made for an interesting, scary story if he ended up trapped there with the monster instead of having the monster switch with his dad and just be creepy and look at him.
That's kind of true. Yeah, that was a good point.
It brings nothing terrifying to the table, but it has some form of creepiness that an adolescent might find frightening. But it's not scarier than the average Five Nights at Freddy's game. The games this story gets its premise from bring chills and thrills in a quick-paced and jump scare manner. This one takes its time to give us the most mundane of creeps and leaves you disappointed with the conclusion.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I apparently am a really good critic when it comes down to it. Like, I know how to write shit, apparently. You have both your hands, Sam. Use both your hands, you fucking bitch. Yeah, slap them titties for me.
I was just doing the Animal Crossing where they can't clap and they instead just...
I give Into the Pit 2 pink eye infested balls out of 5.
Oh,
because the mother does bring up pink eye quite a bit.
really?
Yes.
Oh,
She was like, you know what a weird thing they pointed out? Like that not that she's a nurse, but she's a licensed practical nurse. That they had to say her specific level of nurse.
Hey. Kids need to know this stuff.
She's not an RN or a nurse practitioner.
She's not an MD.
She's that makes sense.
She is not a registered nurse or a nurse practitioner. She's a licensed nurse.
She's registered to kick ass. Thank you for joining us this week on Five Nights at Freddy's Fazbear Frights Into the Pit on Drunken Book Club, as I interrupted Sam rudely. I'm your host, Christopher the Rupel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that other jazz wherever you're listening to us. It really does mean a lot if you leave a review, especially on Spotify and on iTunes. And if you ever need to find anything, hey, guess what? There's a link down below here with our link tree that will take you to all our social medias and all of our, links to all the places you can listen to us.
Oh, no, they can find me now.
No, personal ones, not or the podcast one, not our other.
See, all I can think of is Weiss trying to run away on the four-legged into the forest, but he can only do half of it. And
I don't know why, but
goes in a circle.
Because we're still in the Halloween season, I was thinking of the Family Matters episode Stevel, where the evil dummy of Steve Urkel is riding a car, chasing after the two little boys on bikes, and Weiss is just on a bike, dressed up as Michael Jordan, and then he gets hit and killed.
Oh no.
But I digress on that one. Thank you for joining us. It's DBC_podcast on Twitter and on Blue Sky. I think this is the official time to say we're on Blue Sky, guys.
Yay.
If anybody needs a Blue Sky invitation, I have an extra one that I actually had two. I gave one, technically three. I gave one to Sam, I gave one to Brandon, and I can give one to someone else if they would like.
I've never heard of Blue Sky.
It's Twitter, but without shitty Elon Musk.
The competition.
Yes.
You know what? I will take it.
All right, I will send it to you.
I will fight against the machine.
There you go.
Against X.
Yeah, against Twitter. Thank you very much. We don't call it X on here. We dead name on this podcast, except for Ed and all the other trans people who may join us in the future. I would like to have my buddy Cosmo on here one of these days when they're old enough to actually drink legally, which they might be able to.
Well, dead name companies.
Well, dead name companies, but not people.
Mm-hmm.
That's just fair. That's just fair.
Companies are people in America.
Technically.
So...
But on this
still...
podcast, they ain't. Yep. So thank you.
We don't see them as people here.
And hey, if you want us to read more Five Nights at Freddy's books or short stories, join our Patreon at patreon.com/drunkenbookclub. Pay $1 a month, and you can choose what we can read and other stuff like that.
Even fan fiction. I'm just kidding.
Actually, yes, anything.
You know what? Low key, if we find something that's better than this, I'm gonna.
We can always bring back my favorite series, fiction made for friends.
Oh my! I am so.
See,
down.
my thing is when you say something better than that, I'm like, you can.
You probably.
Oh,
yeah.
you more than likely.
I was gonna say
And we also have a Ko-fi page or Ko-fi, whatever you call it.
Ko-fi, I think.
Is it
I
Ko-fi?
have no idea.
On Ko-fi, if you literally just donate the exact amount for a book, and you say, read this book, you fuckers, and it's the exact amount, or even close to it, we'll buy it. It will be put on the schedule, because, yeah, you just paid for a book for us to read.
Oh, that's nice.
I just realized one thing we could do. We'll talk about it off the thing, but anyways.
Okay. And, yeah, and we'd like to thank our patrons, all our patrons, Trey.
Thank you, Trey.
Thank you to all our Trey.
Thank you all, Trey. Trey, be good.
Blessed be the Trey.
And also, if I have any extra blue sky codes, I will give them to patrons, honestly. Because I feel like that's just fair.
Yeah.
If interested. But Weiss gets the next one because he asked.
Yay.
Sorry, Trey. I posted it on the Discord. You should have gotten it. That sounds so mean. Sam?
You can find me on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Tumblr. All of them very rarely because I just haven't been on there that much. At Berserker Rose.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really use Blue Sky that often. I'm waiting for Twitter to finally die and, all the people who stop using Twitter to go there.
Come on, die
Spongy
already.
and all the rest.
Yeah.
It's kind of that thing of the guy with the stick of, come on.
The white ninja.
Yeah. Die already.
Weiss, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and soon to be Blue Sky. Hopefully you have the same name. Force Left-Hander.
I don't think anyone took Force Left-Hander on there.
If they hear this podcast, they might.
They're like,
jerk. I know.
They beat you to it somehow.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, you can find our buddy Brandon, who unfortunately couldn't join us this time, at Eldritch Maid, MAID on Twitter, possibly Blue Sky. I gave him a code. He said he wanted to join, and TikTok. Also, we're streaming. I was thinking about actually trying to live stream the actual podcast itself soon.
Oh, neat.
So, for patrons, obviously.
Yeah,
So if you ever want to listen to us live and do this stuff.
Will you edit my voice and my face to be blurred?
Well, I'd only do the voice part, and no.
See, all I could think of was just wear Darth Vader mask the whole time.
Yeah.
The mask stays on during recording.
The only person who would be watching is Trey. You want to hide your identity from Trey?
Yes.
We can mask
Sorry,
your
Trey.
voice with one of those silly filters.
Hello, Adam Reese.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
My
Just
filters
you.
would be high pitched all the time.
No, just give him the girl voice. Hi, I'm Weiss, and this is my voice.
I'm
I hate
Reese, and
the
I'm going to
fake
talk
girl
like
voice.
this for the rest of the day.
I hate the weird one that kind of sounds like Richard Horvitz, but also doesn't.
Oh god, I know what you're talking about.
And I hate it. And yeah.
Alright, thank you for joining us. I think we need to put the song Into the Pit by Testament.
Wait, do you want we want to find you?
Oh, you can't find me anywhere, but I recommend you go to a Chuck E. Cheese.
You have to bring a kid.
You have to bring a kid if you're over 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But go to Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, also the clown from Clown goes to Chuck E. Cheese. So.
That also reminds me of a thing. Of one time Lexi and I from high school made the joke of we'll be teen parents just so we can get to Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for joining us this week. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye bye.
To the infinity of dodge and